We'll bring the committee to order. Before I make an opening statement, and the witnesses on the first panel, please be seated. But before I make an opening statement, I have to tell you that I'm in my 5th day of what they call monocular vision. That's where my optometrist finally convinced me that I should try putting a contact lens in one eye, and then get my other eye to adjust to a distance. But right now there's a fight between which eye is winning, so I had to get my staff to print the text a little bit larger so I could make sure that I could go through the statement. But if you see me walking around in circles, you also know why. But thanks everyone for being here. I especially want to welcome some folks who will be speaking from North Carolina. And before we get started, the Personnel Subcommittee of the Senate Armed Services Committee meets this morning to receive testimony from government and civilian witnesses on traumatic brain injury, or TBI. TBI occurs along a continuum ranging from mild TBI or a concussion to severe and penetrating brain injury. While treatment for TBI varies with the severity of the injury, management of mild TBI includes treatment of symptoms such as headaches, memory problems, dizziness, and poor concentration, followed by a slow return to normal activity. From 2000 through the first half of 2017, the Department of Defense diagnosed over 370,000 service members with TBI. Of that total number of diagnoses, over 305,000 were mild TBIs. We know, however, that mild TBI is not a unique problem within the Department of Defense. It is a national problem. Last year, there were about 2.5 million emergency room visits related to concussions in the United States. And medical experts believe there were many more concussed individuals who did not seek medical care. As a nation, we must pursue multiple approaches to understand better the chronic effects of mild TBI, including the long-term neurodegenerative problems associated with multiple concussive injuries. Today, we are fortunate to have a very distinguished group of witnesses joining us to discuss the diagnosis and treatment of mild TBI and to learn more about ongoing research on the effects of concussion on the brain. On our first witness panel, we have Dr. David Dodick, Professor of Neurology, Sports Neurology, and Concussion Program Director at Mayo Clinic. Steve DeVick, CEO of King DeVick Technologies, DeVick, not DeVick. And Mr. Chris Miles, Medical Director of Athletics and Associate Director of Sports Medicine Fellowship, Wake Forest University School of Medicine. And Mr. Miles, I already warned you that I want to welcome you because I have great regard for the academic programs at Wake. I have no regard whatsoever for your football program. With that stipulated, welcome to the committee. Ranking Member Gillibrand.